I started writing poems. Wait, I wrote my first poem in my 10th during the pandemic. It was probably part of English summer project, and we were asked to write rhyming poems, and I chose the topic of my grandmother, whom I always felt a huge connection with. I even now can reimagine some random scenes which have been frozen forever in my mind when I tend to close my eyes. I used all the possible collections, photographs, cassettes, DVDs of my parents' wedding, and what not to keep it all here. This and the very first poem in today's premiere is called The Person I've Always Searched For. She was a unique figure, associated with color pink, with a heart bigger, but she didn't ever stink. With the ocean of kindness, she cared me. She was as cool as winter, as she loved me. I remember one day you punished me. That had made all the difference in me. Love you and miss you, Daddy.
Happiness is a butterfly. We should catch it while dancing high. Lose myself in the music, baby. Every day is a lullaby. Try to catch it like lightning high. Sing it into my music, I'm crazy. If he's a serial killer, then what's the worst that can happen to a girl who's already hurt?
Well, there was a substantial break in between my poem writing. It was definitely the summer break of my class 12th when I resumed it. I love to call this phase of my poem writing as sheer melancholic one, full of longing, urges of connection, love, missing, desperation with the first ever best friend of my life. I have never told this much openly though, but yeah, it is what it is. I was too much sensitive and possessive about him, giving too much thought to everything and everyone. I wrote around 30 poems that I've dreamt of culminating them into my own anthology, but God knows when it will be out in this world. But unfortunately, I've brought none of them into this season 1. They were posted by me on Instagram. After the school got over, it all turned so desperate and intense, with an ever persisting sense of reuniting. The result was beginning of an era of poems dedicated to him, and the first one is called Do You Remember? This composition is based on the idea reminding him all of what we went through that golden period. The poem also marks the beginning of my love for vintage and retro and the rough filming. This is Do You Remember? Do you remember that touch of mine that used to knit us together, holding each other's hands the way I used to thrive for that? Do you remember my eyes that were what you wanted to behold forever? Do you remember my warmth that you never wanted to come out of? Do you remember my smile that you loved as much as the stars in the Christmas? Do you remember that bench we used to share? It must be crying every time for losing such a girl. Do you remember those moments I used to look at you and laugh? I was eager to indeed. Do you remember that window from where I used to kick out the emotions? Do you remember that midday when we used to walk together, hold ourselves as forever? Do you really still remember? This next one is called The Bandaged Heart. This poem is close to me not because of what I have spoken here, but also because of its visuals. I filmed it in my home and kept it raw and vintage. The symbolism attached in every clip, the poetic imagination rendered, and the new phrases discovered still give me chills. Will it give the same to you? This is called The Bandaged Heart. I call those showers which recall me your name. Here I am now, just sitting and writing shit. Oh, where have I reached? Different versions, different ways. So pretty. Hope if you could read them, sense the way it has all impacted. Without any external exhibition, I tend to remember you. Write and write and write. The tears are the ink of this pen, the blue ink is the blue cold blood. My heart now, just a bandaged heart. Daily bandages? Daily bandages? I put over it. Someday, when it will be deflating, you'll know how much I went through. You'll be left only with a plaster cast. Just a plaster cast of my bandaged heart. This is one of the most closest to my heart, I should say. I wrote this in the summers of 2025. I dedicated it specifically to my little cousin who left this world so early. I still remember you, Bhavik. The Lost Book is a very important intervention, I should tell you, in my journey of writing these heartfelt compositions. The loss has wider meanings attached to it, including my dadi and my best friend. The poem is an adaptation of famous ball poem, very close to former NCERT English language and literature students. And for the first time, I went to so many places to film for it, work for months conceptualizing it, and it received immense love from my friends and family. I particularly love the symbolism attached here. That is my niche in poem writing. I also made kind of merch and souvenirs, including the red printed t-shirt and bookmarks, which I gave to everyone. It was such a grand moment in my life, and this is The Lost Book. What is the boy now? Who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go, merrily bouncing down the street and then merrily over. There, it is in the water. No use to say, oh, there are other balls. An ultimate shaking grief fixes the boy as he stands rigid, trembling, staring down. All his young days into the harbor where his ball went. I would not intrude on him. A dime, another ball is worthless. Now, he senses his first responsibility in a world of possessions. People will take balls. Balls will be lost always, little boy. And no one buys the balls back. Money is external. He is learning. Well, behind his desperate eyes, the epistemology of laws, how to stand up, knowing what every man must one day know, and most know many days how to stand up. And gradually, light returns to the street. A whistle blows. The ball is out of sight. Soon part of me will explore the deep and dark. Floor of the harbor, I am everywhere. I suffer and move. My mind and my heart move. With all that move me under the water or this land. I'm not a little boy. What is the boy now? Who has lost his ball? What is he to do? I saw it go. Oh, I still remember how Tyndall coming one fine afternoon gathered my attention and stimulated an urge inside me to capture it. I captured it after rejecting many attempts and finally incorporated my own verses in it. The composition, rather than a poem, is a monologue, specifically observing the subtle aspects of life, the minute things that we all tend to miss. This is the Poetic Tyndall. It's 2:45, a Sunday, and my poetic and philosophical mind starting observing a Tyndall coming from this collared tree into my house. The gentle particles remind me of the complexity of life. All of our chaos are nothing in front of these magnanimous particles. They shine on my face, on the golden hair of my hand. Everything turns out invisible in the golden hair, the tick-tock of time, the peace in the backdrop, all gently healing. The Tyndall effect feels like a message from this universe. Life is beautiful. Even smallest of the moments matter. It's just you need to pause from the chaos and reflect. My friends gifted me the collection of poems by medieval poet Rumi, and that book is so dear to me because anytime I pick it up and randomly I start searching for compositions that resonate with me. One fine late evening, I came across this composition called The Guest House. The very essence of this poem is led by the idea of not overthinking over tragedies. The clips are the random cinematic shots that I've taken, and this is the guest house. This being human is a guest house. Every morning, a new arrival. A joy, a depression, a meanness. Some momentary awareness comes as an unexpected visitor. Welcome and entertain them all, even if they are a crowd of souls who voluntarily sweep your house, empty of its furniture. Still, treat each guest honorably. He may be clearing you out for some new delight. The dark thought, the shame, the malaise, meet them at the door laughing and invite them in. Be grateful for whoever comes, because each has been sent as a guide from beyond. This next composition, I cannot tell, is so much to me. I worked on it for at least 4 months. Its conceptualization, its verses, its time traveling aspects, and every time my best friend Penguin accompanied me to film it. The crucial element here is the messy aspects of life and the need to pause and reflect with some whisperings on my best friend also, if you haven't noticed. The composition received tons of love. People have even started to know about me through this remarkable work. Touchwood. This is the biggest project, and this is called I Live in the Starry Night. Life feels like a storm. Intense, complex, and bold. And I keep searching for a meaning in some secrets or other. I open the book, but the answers slip away. Sunlight falls through the trees. The bench becomes a quiet escape. My eyes grow heavy, and the world slowly fades. In that silence, the sky fills with stars, and there, I live within the starry nights. Shubham gets teleported to different places in an endeavor to find out the secret of life. His philosophical persona facilitates the struggle of finding the stars and the starry night. There are stars in my hands. Oh, what a thought. I feel that I live in the starry nights, to always whisper of the Milky Way, vast, beyond, and unimaginable. Stars have always attracted me, not because they are too far, but they are so poetic and infinite. Just as we are infinite inside, in the light of our emotions, adversaries, heads, and materials. Struck in the despotisms of our lives, when there is so much to rupture us, we don't talk, we don't care to pause. Time makes us sentimental. Perhaps, in the end, it is because because of time we suffer. What life is? It's a star. Yes, shines much, but dims too. In the cloud sky like despair. There are moments when we all need stars in our lives. Stars of love, stars of hope, stars of breath, stars of life, stars of joy, stars of memories. So dim your lights to see yourself. When no one's there to brighten you, reflect, go on, don't stop. Stars will not disappoint you. Stars will hold you. In their shine, in their mind, in their brilliance. And soon you'll realize you're too far. You are the star.
तेरे साथ सब कुछ इतना आसान कैसे है तेरे साथ सब कुछ इतना आसान कैसे है
Poetry should be read. That's another thing. I think that a lot of poetry isn't good when you read it because it's made for the eye and it's very ugly to the ear. And I like ugly effects. I mean, one of my favorite sounds is rock, black, and all the words that go against that very hard K sound. But I think that poetry should be able to be read with a good effect to the ear. I suppose I am, very sensuously inclined that way. I like extremely vivid pictures in poetry, not just grey poetry, and I like it very musical, Very few people have read my poems anyway, so I have no idea how they affect others.
A very beautiful yet short composition, its bursts of pleasure on my former best friendship, delving on the themes of reuniting. Unfortunately, the word here is symbolic. For the first time after Losberg, I added my vocalizations in it, and this is the very special Birds of Pleasure. Discarding is so much discarding for a discarded state. Who would aid you? Any angel or spirit or any heart angel? Is it so hard to diminish the fragments? Or is it difficult to trace out the footprints at first? I cannot force it all. Life is sometimes so inhumane. If you keep thinking over it, then it is always. Fly the birds of pleasure out of me. Send them where I can never reach. You can think of killing them too. But not rapidly. Too gently. I shouldn't know. Everything would be at place there. I don't want to talk much about the compositions coming up next. They're extremely sad and melancholic, presenting Sweaters from Urian.
I still accompany the shadows of your warmth. Everything is still so enough for me to deserve you. But I'm just another Elio in this constructed world. These winters, I fill the gap in middle of my elbow. For another puffy elbow to exist, intervene, and tightly hold. You must have moved on, but I still tremble through the uncertainties of your pieces within me. It has all worsened much, but I have realized it's just destined to end. Years to pass by, emotions constant, our lives coiled on the floors of remorse, and things go deep each day just to attain roll of young river from the ice. But when that would merge with the ocean of unknown, I'm impatient. I still weave sweaters of the yarn that was spinned years ago. But the sweaters fall short of my size, and as I tried holding them tight onto me, they just collapse. Do you also?
This is called That Life Quake. I ask this question again. What am I supposed to ensure? All this entire time, I've been facing life quakes. But yours hit distinctly. All the footsteps that helped me cross this phase helped me till a moment. After that, it's just you. Who am I disillusioned of? Can help me. The tree branches are empty. The mortal bird is lying hand. The bridges are not helping. The books are not speaking. My coffee cup is not helping me traverse this troubling path. I can only talk here. A few seconds of visuals have more patience than people. I want you to paint me on a cup, throw it away, smashing it on walls, then fix up the broken pieces. Then you will understand my repetitive subject matter. All my life, I'm facing life quakes. It's just, you are another one. Disapprove my disillusionments. Hold me false. It was just a minute thing that I have enlarged as cross. I have been facing life quakes.